Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the Washington Commanders and the Buffalo Bills.
Cameron Dicker to kick off.
Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And off we go from Highmark Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. Daniel's going to throw to get us started. Completed to his running back. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
This is Jacory Krosky-Merritt, getting it for the first time. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Here's Daniels. He's trying to push the field. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. And we're seeing this more and more these days, mixing some deep looks into that opening script. Brock test all levels of the secondary. They held up there.
Yeah, and it's not going to be the last time this defense will be tested. This group likes to push the ball down the field. They answered the call that time.
Here's Krosky-Merritt. They're holding strong here. The defense gets him at the line. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage.
That down and distance certainly is not an obvious rundown, but I kind of like the draw play. There's some risk, there's some reward, and there was no reward on that one as it gets stuffed before it gets going.
Jake Elliott's on now to attempt this field goal. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And our game starts with a field goal on the opening drive.
I'm going to call that one a little tester, Kate. Kind of like a 5 to 8 foot putt. You really hope to make all of them, but you know, over the course of the season you won't. In that case, well, it went right through.
Has this at the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25.
Up the highest metric. The city just made it sweet. People diabetic. They mouth get full of deceit. Let these cowards tell it. Walking New Orleans with the etiquette of LA yelling.
Buffalo offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Brown. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down to first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
First down, and they go right back to it. Rolling into enemy territory. This is going to be down to, looks like about the opposing 36 for their next snap. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Buffalo first.
Well, his game is off to one heck of a great start and bringing his offense along with them. They crossed midfield after that run, and now all eyes on that offense focused on the end zone.
They've got first down here from the 36. Hand off to the back. Had some room to work, and he took advantage, giving 7.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Here's made in the air. He's going to be caught by Tyler Warren. Touchdown, Buffalo! The Bills pull ahead 6-3 in the first. Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bills one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive.
Cameron Dicker to kick off.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Ready. Stretch the Eagles. Ready.
Daniels from the pistol. Dumps it off to his running back. It's a small gain up to the 38. Edgerrin Cooper there to make the stop.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, kid, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break out something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Come on. Hey, Cox.
Defense showing blitz. Daniels. Trey Tucker makes the play. He has room past the 25. Keeps it moving. And he is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders just need 2 snaps to steal a lead. Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. The XP is up and good. And the Commanders push their lead to 3.
Commanders 10, Bills 7.
The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. May off the play fake. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I love that. I love that defensively right there. It's about the only thing you could do to the tight ends at this level. You have got to disrupt them. You have got to match their physicality with even more physicality, and it forced an incompletion.
Give on 2nd, it's Brown. He's going to squeeze about 8 yards out of that run block. That brings up 3rd down.
So much to like about that run, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10 from the 43. Brown on the inside give. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
What's up? Crazy.
Operating from the gun, here's May. Escapes the pocket. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. They get 22 out of that play. And the Bills have a first down. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
First down, May. Near the goal line. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal. A nice gain and a first down there, Brock, on a throw that most quarterbacks would have shied away from.
Now, tight ends, these guys, about the only position that can make that look routine, fending off a couple defenders, and it's really why, Kate, they're such valuable commodities.
May's going to take it himself. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Bills take a field goal lead in our opening quarter. Drake made the touchdown! My partner up here is pumping his fist after that one. That is how you run an option as a quarterback. Good read to hang on to it and do it himself.
Yeah, because I could never do that, not even close. But when the defense overplays and you run that option, you get that good 2-on-1, more times than not, they will commit to the more dangerous guy, the running back. But you leave a lane, this quarterback can do some damage as well.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. First and 10.
Dragon 60. Down. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Daniels back to throw. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, that's when you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Got it. Ready?
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's second and 10.
Get it. Cook.
Now Daniels to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the sack forces a now tougher third down.
Remember in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
Come on. 19.
Third and long for Daniels. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up fourth down. The Commanders ready for the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. And the end of that return, Brock, also brings us to the end of our first quarter. Well, these top-tier offenses have brought the firepower so far. Plenty of points in that first quarter. 14-10 our score. We'll return to Highmark Stadium in just a moment. We're back for the second quarter. Bills in possession of the football. They'll have it here after forcing that punt to end the first. To the air on first down, May. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So it'll be second down. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Okay, that was so good, really, on two levels there defensively. Number one, with an athletic quarterback, you've got to keep him in the pocket. They did. And then more importantly, and in this case, you got to finish him. Job well done.
Now May on third and long. Jump off caught by his back. And somebody finally able to force him out there. So even with that quality gain, it will still wind up being fourth down. The Bills with a punt team out there. And they could really use a good one here. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt.
At their own 26-yard line.
All right, the Washington offense is set. Here comes 1st and 10.
Ready? 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Now Daniels off the play action. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Still 10 to go. It's 2nd down now from the 26.
Gravity lock.
The running back gets it on the draw. For a second, we both thought he'd get the first, but he winds up being just shy of a gain of 8. 3rd down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
Back to 60, back to 60.
Here he is on 3rd and short. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. On now comes their punter. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. And this is marked out all the way down at the 6. They'll be dangerously close to their own goal line for this series. First call here coming from the shotgun. May now from the gun. Gets his running back. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8. 2nd down.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's May. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that first down play. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's May. Finds him on the crossing route. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. That play good for 17 on a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he's going to get forward for a gain of about 7 on that run. It's second down.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
I think anytime these offensive coordinators in the NFL call a run play, they're just hoping for something positive. To get a first down, that's a bonus.
Here's first and 10 from the 47. Throwing from the gun here. Completed over the middle. And he's taken down at the 30. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
May on first and 10. Short pass brought in. He did well on that play, but might have had some early help. We've got a flag down. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now first and 20. To throw, here's May. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
At the same spot after the incompletion, it's second down.
Yes, sir. Crazy, crazy, crazy. It's five. Crazy, crazy.
May now. Got a lot behind this one. Downfield it goes. And in. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills now lead by 10.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with a receiver with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Bills drive their lead to 11.
Bills 21, Commanders 10. Cameron Dicker to kick off.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. First and 10.
Here we go. Set. Viking H.
Here's the one back on the handoff. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. I'm an aggressive call on second.
So when we come back, Brock, it's going to be 2nd and 8. So we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Highmark Stadium in just a moment.
On the jump.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down.
Ready. Six, go.
Here's Daniels. Forced out to his right. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
On the set.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
19 lock, 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
They'll throw, third and long. He completes it in traffic. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
70, ready.
Daniels now on first down. Dumps it off to his running back. Oh, what a hit! Jars the ball loose! But it bounces out of bounds, so they'll retain possession.
You know, Kate, there was a memory burns into my dad, high school coach's memory forever. And that was after winning a game, losing coach comes over and says, Mike, it's sometimes better to be lucky than good. No, my dad was good. In this case, the runner, he was lucky. He was lucky the sideline saved him as that ball bounces harmlessly out of the way.
That one stopped right at the line for no gain. This is going to be second down.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate, training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is second and 10. Daniels from the pistol. Taking a shot deep here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit. Okay, you get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
They'll air it out on third. Buys time, rolling right. And he is close to that marker, isn't he? But doesn't reach it. So make it an 8-yard gain. Let's see what they do here on fourth. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Ready, set.
All right, down a couple of scores. They want a bigger swing than just 3. They're going for this.
Get it.
Play fake here, Daniels. And all their pressure gets it done. That's a sack on fourth down as they force the turnover.
Well, this play never had a chance between the pressure at home and the coverage downfield. QB still got to find a way to throw it up and give somebody an opportunity to make a play.
Here's May on first and 10. Left side into the hands of Warren. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. So Buffalo's going to call it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or with big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Operating from the gun, here's May. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss, whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down. Third and long. They're going to throw. Gets made right side by Coleman. And this one does not go far. Washington calls it second timeout. Punt team on the field.
It's fourth
And he's
down.
going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And this will force them to start inside the 20. That punt heads out about the 15-yard line.
At their own 15-yard line.
Only half a minute to go in our half. Let's see how they begin the drive.
Come on, come on. Set. Cook 19, Tiger 19. Ready?
They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
Looking for him on the screen there, but it's incomplete. So second down produces nothing. Back to the huddle they go for third down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Got it. Ready?
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down.
Cowboy 80. Ready?
Throw here, third down. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that brings up fourth and long. They're out now, ready to punt it. And he's going to effort this from his own goal line. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. All right, they're only going to have enough time for one more snap here before we reach halftime. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. First and 10.
Good start. Hey, what's up? Good, good. Crunch. Crunch.
Now they're going to throw out of the gun. That's complete to Coleman out left. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Returning it from the 4. And he gets it up beyond the 20, but boy, did they plant him a few inches into the ground at the end of that run. All right, Bills to the line now. First and 10.
Here goes that. Hey, what's up? Torpedo. Check.
To the air on first down. May. Connects on the crosser. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Buffalo first.
I don't care how good a secondary you are, how loaded you are with talent, when you've got time to allow a receiver to work from one side of the field all the way to the other versus zone coverage, well, you're going to make a defense pay.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. They'll run here following the penalty. He sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Second and 13.
All right, here we go. Second down.
Hey, here goes tonight. Hey, what's that? 5. Crazy.
May now from the gun. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Third and long for him here. It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And this defense makes the stop in a big way to bring up fourth down. They'll send out the punting unit. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. Looking to return from the 29. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down.
At their own 38-yard line.
Ready, ready.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. First and 10.
Let's go now. Viking 18. Ready, ready.
From the gun, it's Daniels. They're on it. That's intercepted. And the Bills take possession in the area of the 38.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up first and 10. Here's the handoff. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Need a better result than that last run. It's second and 8. Off the play action, May. He rolls to his right. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And it'll be third down coming up after this defense's third sack of the game. Here he goes, third and long. Dump off, caught by his back. This is not going to get it done on third down. They catch it behind the line. This goes for a loss.
Not terribly complicated on this one. Just not the third down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way. And actually loses yards.
At their own 33-yard line.
First down now. Ball at the 33.
Here we go. Set. Gravity line. Go.
Play action now. Daniels. Ooh, and quick there. They bring him to the turf. A nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
Pass rush could be coming again after that last sack, Brock. Let's see. Here's second and 19.
Buffalo 18. 70 Timberwolves.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Oh, it's tipped. Interception. And he's going to bring this back for the pick six and a Buffalo touchdown. That pick six ought to spell the end to any potential comeback we might have seen out of him, Brock. This deficit might be just too much to come back from.
Yeah, if there was any hope left, they sure could have used some points. And they're going to have to get points now in a hurry. And that's for an offense who just threw the interception. Heading right back out there, you better flush it fast.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Bills push their lead to 18.
28. Commanders 10. Cameron Dicker to kick off.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. No return here. This kick's going to wind up as a touchback. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Cougar 19.
Daniels coming back after that pick. Headed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better and make it another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10.
Cowboy 80.
A run. It's Krosky Merritt. And he gets absolutely pumped to end that one. 70 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful run.
He's going to get this one into enemy territory to the 47. He gained 11 on that play, and that's good for a Washington 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Washington.
Let's go. 19. Ready.
Daniels now. Complete out to the right. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
It's caught. This is DeCorey Krosky Merritt. And this one doesn't go far.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. He's got Jalen Lane. Ooh, that was close, but they're going to have to get this on 3rd down now. Gain is to the 27.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard.
Ready. Go.
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
That's what I call a healthy return on investment. You run the toss play, looking for positive yards, looking to move the sticks, and I'm looking for that to be called again.
60 back.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. This one's caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders make it an 11-point ball game.
Commanders 17.
The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Right up the gut. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball, make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
At the 35-yard line.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Only 1 quarter remaining now in these teams' regular season. The Bills hold both the football and the solid lead here as they try to close this out. First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, it's Brown. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
Hey, what's up? Five.
May now on 3rd down. And that's a win for the pass rush. Shazy threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
Fields this at the 19. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
First down now, ball at the 33.
Here we go, set. Cougar 19. Ready.
To throw, Daniels. Dumps it off to his running back. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
On the jump.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Go. Bronco 80.
Daniels back to throw. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. He's got it at the 30. And they're going to have it all the way down to the 25.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You've got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
On 1st down, they'll run. And I don't think he got beyond the line there. Yep, no gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd down.
They got out ahead of that one, and good thing, too. That effort, right? Just that pursuit, that want-to, may have prevented the big play, and instead, well, they nearly got him for a tackle for loss.
Red. 70 Lions.
Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Bills have it now on his 8th pick of the year.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in, coverage-wise, to every route combination they're trying to throw?
First down, May. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the Commanders have some new life in the 4th.
Kate, I think you can almost sense a little bit of a hesitant spark out there. Nobody is going to get too excited. You're still down 2 scores, but there's a little flash of hope, a little flash of optimism. Their defense just gave the offense by taking the ball away.
Get it.
They'll run here on 1st down. I mean, they're full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on it.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. Ready.
Daniels from the pistol. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Ready.
No throw, 3rd and long. Flushed out of the pocket. He's making a bid for it. And He'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
That's such a bummer, Kate, for a quarterback. If you have to scramble and take off, you'd really like to find a way to move the chains. He could not. That defense rallied. They responded. They forced a fourth down.
A 28-yard attempt.
Tracking for it, and it's good! And it pulls him back within one score here in the fourth.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. This is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. You've got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
And he's brought down just inside the 25.
At their own 23-yard line.
Going trips left here as they get set. 1st and 10. May off the play fake. It's everything he has under this one. Big gain downfield. At the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills have a commanding 14-point lead now in the fourth. Nico Collins with the touchdown.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got a single eye or too high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bills lead by 15 now.
Cameron Dicker.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. 19, Charger, nice, go.
Here's Daniels. We've got a screen to the running back. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
1st and 10 now from the 46.
Here we go, here we go. Cowboy 8.
Now Daniels to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
It's 2nd down and 10.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10.
19-18.
Throwing now, Daniels. On the move, headed right. It's a gain of 22. And that's going to give the Commanders a 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
60 by 6.
Daniels on 1st down. Throwing the out route complete. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's good for a Washington 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10.
Get it. Cougar 19.
Daniels setting up the play action. Buying some time left. It is Cup left side. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
As soon as he starts to escape, Kate, you can almost see that gunslinger mentality come to life. It takes really perfect defense to hold up and keep him from finding something. Go get that 1st down. They couldn't do it right there.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo. Commanders facing a 15-point deficit. Second and 6 coming up here.
Let's go now. County Lions.
Sending the tight end in motion left.
Ready.
Play action now with Daniels. Bails out of the pocket quick. He can run it. He doesn't slide down and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
Third down and 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive.
Ready.
To throw. That one finds his man, likely. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much, but he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
Commanders first down. 1st and goal.
76.
At the 8-yard
Play
line.
action now. Daniels. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Leads to 2nd and 4.
Go, Reed. Go. Down. 60 Eagles. 60. Go.
Daniels. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Bills will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Oh, man, Brock, they decided to air it out in pursuit of a touchdown that time, but it's intercepted, and the visit to the red zone comes up empty.
And that one stings, Kate. It really does. You have a limited opportunity to look in that close, particularly as we get through the second half. But once you get, you have to. You have to finish with points.
They're going to pass it here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it's going to be 2nd down. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's set up to throw it. He's got a man left. And they're not going to stop him until he gets out to that 16-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And the Bills have a 1st down. On the handoff, this is Brown. And 2nd down's going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. The Commanders take a timeout. It's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Offense to the line. 2nd down.
Crazy. Hey, what's up? Five. Crazy.
From the gun, it's May. Trying for the deep ball. They connect on the deep shot. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills make it a 3-score game in the 4th. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Bills grow the lead now to 22 points.
42. Commanders 20. Cameron Dicker to kick off.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And this is going to be a touchback, Brock, so we'll see what they decide to do with the final seconds they've got left here. And they're starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Drop ball 80.
Now Daniels off the play action. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10.
19, Charger, 19, cut.
This one left for Daniels. And that's good for a few. It brings up 3rd down. Officials signaling for a timeout, and with 5 seconds remaining, just one last play left in this one.
You know, gains that seem a little tougher to get against the front, gosh, this QB just makes routine. Such effortless running to pick up a handful on that designed run.
Bills opting for dime coverage for this 3rd down.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready.